Fine. So I'm moving. Fine. So this is where we had completed this one shot diagram in our previous classes. Now I am going to this state diagram behavior. Why we are going from this state diagram behavior? So actually your state diagrams are very आई वाट आई कैन से दैट उसका यूज़ थोड़ा सा कम ही होता है जब अगर हमने उसकी इवेंट्स उसमें डिस्क्राइब नहीं करी हैं. सो व्हाट वी कैन से दैट इज योर स्टेट डायग्राम बिहेवियर और योर स्टेट डायग्राम just providing a full description of an object that must specify what objects does in your response to event. So when we are considering your state diagram, these state diagrams would be of very little use if they just describe events. So what we are going to do is that we are going for full description. We are including all those behaviors, and all those behaviors are reflected as a response of events. We are not going for some describing events. What we can do is that we are going for response of different events. So we are having three different terms that are being available. First is the event. So these events are just instantaneous actions. Then after event we are having some states. So these states are just interval in between your events. Then we are having some transition. So this transition are just moving from one state to the another event. So when your transition fires, so when you are having some guard condition and all those guard condition are true, then your transition makes fire from one state to another. So this is how we can model our state diagram behavior. So when we are modeling just an state diagram or just as an event, so it is of very little use. So what we have to do is that we have to identify some activities and very effects available. So we are again we are having two different terms available. First is activity and second one is effect. So we can aggregate all those terms and we can say that these are the activity effects. So what is this effect and what is this activity? So usually your effect is just a reference to your behavior that is executed in response to event. So I'm just, when I'm saying that we are modeling some response to your events in your state diagram, so this, what is this effect? Is the effect is just a reference to your behavior that is executed in response to event. So we have to model all those response to events. In addition to that, what we are having some activity. So this activity is just an actual behavior that can be invoked by any number of effects. Fine. So we are having effects and we are having activities. So activity are just response to your event, and when we are going, sorry, effect. And what are these activities? These activities are just your actual behavior that are being invoked by your effects. So let's say we are taking some examples of our phone line. So I'm just having some when I disconnected my phone line, it might be an activity that is executed in response to your hook event. So let's say my example. So when I disconnected my mobile, so this is just an activity that is just in the response to an on hook event. So this is my on hook event. So what I'm trying to do is that I'm taking some activity. So this disconnected or disconnecting our phone line might be an activity. So when I'm on this state, let's say this is disconnected state and I'm going for an activity. So what is my activity? This my activity is just an disconnecting my phone line. So this is my activity. So this is my activity which is just a response. So what is a response? So this is response. So response of event. So what is my event? My response event is an on hook. So my activity disconnecting a phone line is just a response of my event on hook. So we are having activities and we are having some effects available for us. So when your activity may be performed on your transition, when we can say that your entry or your exit from an state, or uh, your when you are entering to some event. So मोटा मोटा तौर पे हम ये बोल सकते हैं कि when you are performing your transitions, so your transition is just based on your entry or your exit on your event. So uh, let's say these activities are just an internal control operation. So let's say consider this example. So let's say we are in some idle cases. Let's say we are going for some website. So this my website is just an idle. Then I put my left button or right button. So let's say this is my website that is being available, and I put my right button over here. So it will provide something. So let's say I put my right button over here. So something is being displayed. So when I'm on idle condition, what I'm trying to do is that I'm on idle condition. So I put right button. So this is my state. I put my right button. So this is an activity, and on this particular activity, what I get is this is my response. So this is my activity, and this is my just an response. So this is what is an activity. So this is my transition. So on this transition, I am performing just activity, and I am getting some responses available. So we are having some notation, your UML notations that are being available. So I'm having a notation that is an slash. इसको फॉरवर्ड स्लैश बोलते हैं, बैकवर्ड स्लैश बोलते हैं, मैं भूल गया. So I'm in between confusion. So anyone can suggest what is this, forward slash or backward slash? So any responses from anyone? No. Thank you. So no one is listening to me. So the notation for this, yeah.
So forward slash.
Okay, thank you. So the notation for your activity, so this notation for your activities is just an forward slash, and the name of or your description of your activity, and following your event that causes. So you are having some events available. So this is my event. So you are having some different states available. You are having slash of your activity. So this is my activity, and then we are having some events associated with each other. So when I'm right clicking on some menu over here or on my website, so my menu is available, right? Let's say example of this, right? So I am clicking on this, so my menu is again available. So this my menu is being available, my cursor is being moved, I am highlighting all those options, and again I am just clicking on the right button anywhere. So this erase my menu. So this is some activities and their effects are being available. Kindly mute your mouse please. Sorry, not mute, sorry, आपका माइक म्यूट कर लीजिए जिसका भी चल रहा है, और काइंडली आइडेंटिफाई, कृतिका आइडेंटिफाई कर लो किसका चल रहा है, उसको व्हाट्सएप कर दो. फाइन. So this is, we are having some activities and we are having some behaviors available. Then so we can show that we are having some activities, and an activity is a behavior that can be executed as a response available. Now again, when we are modeling some state behavior diagram, so we are having again do activities are available. So what is this do activities? So do activity is an activity that continues for extended of time. हमने previous example में क्या देखा था? This is an activity जहाँ हो रही है, मैंने left click करा या right click करा. Now we are having some do activities that are being available. So this do activities continues for extended time. So by definition, what we can say that this do activity can occur within a state, and that cannot be attached to transition. So that occurs within your state. So this do activity occurs within your state. So this is my do activity. So this is my state is paper jam. So what is my do activity? So I am putting notation do over here, and so this do and forward slash denotes and your do activity. So this do activity may be performed for the all parts of the duration that an object is in your state. So this do activity denotes your this slash, and you have to write all this on within your state, not on your transition. Well, we are going some simple activities and effects. So these activities and effects are available on transition, while we are having some do activities. These do activities occurring within your state. So you have to write do and then your activities that are being available. So this is my paper jam. So my system is an paper jam. So what we are having, so my system do is that it flashes my warning light of my printer. So this is my just and do activity. So when we are going from these do activities include your continuous operation. As I'm said that this do activity continues for your extended time. So these do activities include a continuous operation. Let's say when we are going from continuous operation, so this my flashlight warns again and again. So it flashes many times. So this is on and off and on and off, and it continues for some extended time until your paper jam is been, you are on the another state, that is your printer is in idle condition. So when you are moving to your paper jam, so these do activities might be continue for extended time, and then when you move to another state, then this activity will be stopped. So again, we are in third type of state behaviors are available. So these are entry and exit activities are available. Now, what are these entries and exit activities? So uh, as I'm considering this and entry and exit activities, so we are showing this all those activities right on either on the transition or in your states. So it will provide some alternative of showing your activities on transition. So we can bind all these activities to entry or the exit of state. So we can bind all those activities. So we are binding all those activity, and we are showing this on your transition arrows. So uh, let's say consider an example. Let's say this is an example. Let's say uh, we are going for this is close, opening. So we are having some door opener available. So this is a diagram of door opener available. So let's say user generates depress event. So this is my first event, depress event, and this is my activity available. So when you are in closed state, so user depress an event with an push down operation. So we are having some push down operations that are being available. So uh, and he closes our door. So when he depresses, your motor is something. So this is an sorry, Mm, this has been depresses and some event is happening. So after this event in happening, some activity is being performed. So this activity is just an response of this activity event. So we are having some motor is up. So I am just pushing my button of depress, or I'm just pressing my button when my system is closed. I am just uh, pushing a stop button. That is हमारी कॉलेज की बसों में भी ड्राइवर को स्टॉप हमारे स्टॉप पे रोकने के लिए बटन्स अवेलेबल हैं, हम कभी यूज़ नहीं करते. इट माइट बी इन अनदर केस. सो वी आर हैविंग स्टॉप बटन. सो व्हेन आर हमारे बस का जो डोर बंद है, सो देन when we are trying to go outside, so what we are having is that we press and stop button over here. So we press a stop button. So there is some motor ups, and this motor ups, what it will do is that it's just opening your uh, door. So your door is on either on the four states available. It is either closed, it is either open, or either it is opening क्योंकि वो खुल रहा होता है, एक बंद हो रहा होता है. So we are having different states available. So this is how we can represent entry and exit conditions available. So when we let's say we are the user, so when we generates our depress event available. So let's say we are generating all this depress event whereby push button to open and push button to close the door. So these are push button for opening and closing. So each event, so let's say we are having five different uh, events are available, and each event reverses the direction of your door. So let's say when we are depressing, so it is just opening, and then we are again door open. So we are having depressing, so it close our door. So each event is just going for reverse in direction. So we are having some entry in and exit activities that are being available for us. So what it can do is that it shows the activities on transaction. So while in case of do and effect, so we are modeling effect and uh, activity available here. Now in case of entry and exit activities, what we are mapping is that we are mapping activities on our transition that are being available. Now again, uh, we are having this diagram is being available for us. So this is my uh, diagram. So let's say consider just a minute. just restrict to diagrams over here. Okay, so this, consider this diagram again here. So in this diagram, what you can say that we are having the same model that is being available in the upper diagram. So उन दोनों मॉडल के डिफरेंस के लिए मैंने ये डायग्राम फिर यहाँ पर पेस्ट करा. So this is my activity in the previous diagram. So this is entry and exit. So again, consider this diagram available here. This is just in same case as in case of your previous diagram. So when we are having some entry activities shown, now these entry activities are shown in our state. So while in case of this diagram, we are showing this entry or these events on the transition. Now we are moving our entry and exit activities right on right in your state. So how we can manage all those things? So we can manage all those things right using your again forward slash operator. So while using your forward slash operator, you can put your entry and exit condition in your state. So this entry, then you are having some activity available, then the activity, then your activity is available is that you are having motor is off. So when it is closed, it means your motor is off. When you are closing, your motor is going down, and when you are opening or you are pressing a button or depressing your button, you are just going for entry, and then your motor is up. So this is how we can map all those entries. So this is just in case of entry activities available. Now when we are going for exit activities, so usually your exit activities, let's say this is my exit activities. So these exit activities are usually in very less common than your entry activities, but sometimes they are very useful for us. So when we are going to map these exit activities that are shown in your, again these are shown in again your state models. So these are shown by your exit. So this is my exit activities that are being available, and then again your forward slash. So whenever, let's say this is an event, so we are going from closed events. So whenever this state closed is exited, we are going outside our transition. So this is way how we can perform your exit activities. So when your state is exited, let's say by going your outgoing transitions, so your exit activities perform first. So अगर हम यहाँ से instead let's say we are in pen, so let's say we are having some transition available from here. So when we are going outside of this state, so before going outside of making this transition outside from this state, what we can do is that first this exit activity is performed, and then we'll go make some transition right from this state to another state. Let's say another state is just opening, so open. So these activities should perform further. Now let's say we are having some condition where we are having some multiple activities. So there should be some order associated with these activities. So which activities should be performed first and which activities should be performed second. So their order should be all those activities that are incoming transition, then we are having some entry activities, then we are having some do activities, and we are having some exit activities, and then we are having activities on transition. So let's say again we are having these conditions are available. So what should be the order? So first order should be all those activities that perform. मैं इस नोट की बात कर रहा हूँ. So first this activities will be performed because this activity will be performed. Why? Because it is incoming to your transition. Then we are going for this entry of entry activity. Then we are having some do activities are available, so all those do activities will be performed. Then after doing all those activities, what we are trying to do is that these are do activities. So we can have multiple activities, like we are having do activities as well as some entry activities. So what is the order? First, this entry transition is performed, then we are having some entry activities are available, then we are having some do activities are performed, then after going from do activities we'll perform exit activities, and then after having some exit activities where out transition is performed. So we are having some sequences. Let's say first sequence is my input transition. So this is my input transition. Then we are performing our entry activities. So this is my entry activity. Then we are performing my do activities. So this is my sequence. Then question में पूछ सकता हूँ मिडसन में. Then we are having some exit activities. So this is my exit activity. And finally the order should be my outgoing transition activities are available. So this is my order how we can perform different activities if we are having multiple activities available. Now again we are going from completion of transitions. So where is this? Yeah, so these are completion of transition. So what is the sole purpose of your state is that we have to perform some sequential activities available. Now we are having some sequences are available. So when your activities is completed, let's say this example, let's say menu is visible or your menu is not visible. So whenever your activities is be completed, you are moving to another state with some transition files. So you are having some arrow available with some what I can say is that event name is associated with arrow, so that it reflects some transition. But when we are going from some complete transitions, so when we are completing some transition or we are completing some activities available, so we can have some arrow that fires you from, let's say, this state to this state, and we are saying that this is a complete transition. So in that complete transition you don't have any activities labeled over here for this arrow. So this completion transition, so we'll reflect all this complete transition by your unlabeled transition. So let's say right from I'm moving from this to this. So if this is unlabeled, then we can say that this is an complete transition. So what are these complete transitions? So these are complete transitions are usually your unlabeled transitions. And why? Because they are triggered by the completion of your activities right from your source state to the your end state. So while you are firing your complete transition, so again we are having some guard conditions available. So if you are having some guard conditions, so these guard conditions are tested only once when your event occurs. And if your state has more than one complete transition, so and your guard conditions are satisfied, then you can move to your final state. Otherwise, if your none of your guard conditions are satisfied, then you will remain on that state and you will be active for all those cases. So this is how we can say that we are having some complete transitions are being available. Now again we are having some sending signals. So हमने signals की बात करी थी. So what are these signals? Signals are just an one-way communication right from one state to another. So these signals are usually acknowledgementless. So what are these signals? So when we are considering this objects in your state diagram, so this your object can perform activities like you are sending sub signals to your another objects. So these are some signals are just an activities that you are sending that sir awaaz nahi aa rahi. So this is my again an signal. So this is how we can send signals. So we can send signal by performing some activities. So what an object can perform is that he can perform some activity of sending your signal right from one object to another. So usually your system has different objects, and they interacts with each other by exchanging your signals. Now, if you are an object can your object whenever your object receives some signals from more than one objects, so it have to decide uh, uh, किस सिग्नल को पहले रिस्पॉन्स करना है. So because we are having some concurrent executions available for all those signals, so we might go for race conditions. So what are the race conditions? That your object, whenever your object receives multiple signals for multiple objects, so we are in some concurrent execution of different signals. So that is we are being affected by some condition that either we can move to final state, or we can move to another state, because order of these signals are just and some important it's just important. Let's say एक सिग्नल मुझको फाइनल स्टेट पे पहुंचा रहा है, फिर दूसरा सिग्नल, देन तीसरा सिग्नल, एंड सो ऑन. लेट्स टेक एन एग्जांपल. लेट्स से पतंग उड़ाई होगी आप लोगों ने. सो दिस इज जस्ट एन सिग्नल कि मैं पतंग उड़ा रहा हूँ, पीछे से एक पतंग कट के आ रही है. तो एक सिग्नल आया कि यार पतंग कट के आ रही है. सो और दूसरा सिग्नल आया कि यार तेरी पतंग जो है वो लेट्स से पेड़ में जा रही है. तो अब मैं किस सिग्नल को पहले रिस्पॉन्स करूं? सो डिपेंड करता है कि एक पहले मैं मेरी पतंग को जो नीचे गिरी उसको पहले उठाऊं, या मैं पीछे की पतंग जो आ रही है उसको पकड़ूं. सो अगर मैं इन सिग्नल को अगर कॉन्करेंटली करूंगा तो इट माइट बी डिफिकल्ट कि आई कैन होल्ड टू kites in my hand. So what can I do is that we have to find out the order. So जब हमारे पास ये ऑर्डर नहीं होता, इट मीन्स दैट वी आर इन सम रेस कंडीशन. तो इस रेस कंडीशन को हम कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करें? लेट्स से मेरे पास पतंग आ रही, मैंने उसको छोड़ दिया. लेट्स से देन वी आर इन सम ऑर्डर दैट मैंने मेरी पतंग जो नीचे गिरी थी उसको उठाई, देन मैंने मेरी पतंग में वो जो दूसरी कटी हुई पतंग थी उसको मिला के मेरे पास ले आया. सो मेरे पास फाइनल स्टेट क्या थी? मेरे पास फाइनल स्टेट थी कि मेरी पतंग वापस मेरे पास आनी चाहिए, एंड इन एडिशन टू दैट अगर दूसरे की पतंग भी मेरे पास आ गई, दिस इज एन एक्स्ट्रा एडवांटेज. सो अगर मैं इस ऑर्डर को चेंज कर देता हूँ, लेट्स से मैंने इस ऑर्डर को चेंज करा कि मेरी पतंग नीचे जा रही है, जाने दो, और मैंने दूसरी पतंग उड़ा ली, तो मेरे पास एक स्टेट तो आ गई कि मेरे पास एक पतंग आ गई, पर आई कॉन्ट से दैट माई पतंग, मेरी जो पतंग है वो मेरी पतंग मेरे पास आ गई, बिकॉज वी आर नॉट अचीविंग आवर फाइनल स्टेट. फाइन. सो वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट different orders how we can go for final state. So we have to avoid and we have to take care all those conditions where we can avoid this risk conditions. So this is what about your state diagram and state diagram behaviors. So this is finally we are having some स्टेट डायग्राम. लेट्स से जो हमने प्रीवियस क्लास में पढ़ा था. सो दिस इज आवर स्टेट डायग्राम फॉर योर फोन लाइंस विथ आर एक्टिविटीज. सो नाउ दिस इज आर एक्टिविटीज आर एसोसिएटेड विथ ईच अदर. तो पिछले एग्जांपल में हमारे पास एक्टिविटीज नहीं थी. सो दिस इज नाउ अगेन we are on some idle cases, and right from idle cases I perform some activity or I take some transition. So this my event happens. So what is different events? So this is mine. I'm hooking up my phone. So this is my hook up my phone. So I'll receive my dial tone. So my phone is on dial tone. So I am performing some do activities available. So what is my do activity? That I am listening some dial tones available. So this our system will generate sound for dial tone. Then some digits are performed. So some digits are performed. Then again I am having some, either we are having some timeouts or we are having some invalid numbers. So we have to perform some do activities. So these do activities are performed duration of your state. So वार्निंग कब तक चल रही है? जब तक हमारे पास प्ले मैसेज चल रहा है. जैसे हमारा मैसेज खत्म हो गया, हमारी वार्निंग खत्म हो गई, देन वी आर ऑन हुक एंड वी हैव डिसकनेक्टेड लाइंस अवेलेबल. सो दिस इज हाउ वी कैन मैप आवर डू एक्टिविटीज और एंट्री एंड एग्जिट कंडीशंस और इफेक्ट एंड activities and all sorts of things while mapping your state diagram. So this is how you have to create your state diagram for your mapping your different activities. Now the next topic for our सिलेबस इज कॉन्करेंसी. सो व्हेन अभी तक हमने डिस्कस करा भी था दैट से वी आर स्टेट योर ऑब्जेक्ट इज परफॉर्मिंग कॉन्करेंट एक्टिविटीज on different events and so on. So when we are having state model, so this state model just implicitly support concurrency among different objects. So let's say in generally what we can say that in general our objects are autonomous entities. Yes, of course these objects are autonomous because एक object दूसरे object से कभी relate नहीं कर सकता. So this in generally what we can say that these objects are autonomous entities that can act and change state uh, of independent of each other. Fine. So एक object में अगर values अगर बड़ी है और दूसरे object में value कम हुई है तो ये that can change their states. Now but in real case what we can say that your objects are not surely completely independent of each other. Let's say we are having some shared variable available with each other. जैसे हम एक abstract data type define करते हैं. Let's say abstract let's say मेरे पास एक integer है. This is an abstract integer, not say abstract बोलते हैं ना. This is shareable item which is shared C++ में या Java में जो shared item होता है. This is an abstract or something like that. I think it is abstract. Is it so? Any responses? Everyone is just sleeping. क्यों राहुल? I'm just taking. I think no one is listening, so I can close my classes and then I can move different classes. Fine. So, am I audible this time? Anyone?
Yes, sir. Audible.
Yeah. So my question is that.
सर क्वेश्चन नहीं सुना था, दिक्कत होती है.
या सो माय क्वेश्चन वाज वो जो C++ में जो शेयर्ड आइटम होता है दैट इज एब्स्ट्रैक्ट ना.
शेयर्ड आइटम C++ का आइडिया.
हां जावा में क्यों जस्ट अ मिनट क्यों राहुल C++ में जो आइटम होता है वो एब्स्ट्रैक्ट होता है ना शेयर्ड आइटम. जस्ट एन वेट आई जस्ट आस्क C++ में जो आइटम होता है शेयर्ड आइटम होता है वो एब्स्ट्रैक्ट ही होता है ना नेचर. ना ठीक है छोड़ो. या दैट शेयर्ड आइटम इज जस्ट जनरली सॉरी दैट abstract object or abstract variable is just being shared among different objects. Yeah, so we can say that when you are having some shared objects, shared entities or shared attributes are being available, so these shared entities are usually shared in between different objects. So when an object changes its state, so हमने एक shared item बोला था, let's say the counter of students in our university, so this is a shared item. एक object और दूसरा object, let's say एक object बना admission in BBS, again दूसरा object बना जैसे admission in CSE. तो ये दोनों object अगर एक एक एडमिशन उनके अंदर आ रहा है तो that will certainly increase the value of number of admission in SSSV. So in that sense we can say that completely all those objects are not independent, while we are considering that objects are autonomous in nature. But when we are having some shared variables, so we can say that in all cases all these objects are not completely independent of each other. So we have some constraints that are being available and that corresponds to your state change. So my constraint is that we are having some admissions that are being available in university, so it might be affected by admission in BCom or might be affected by admission in computer science. So we are having different types of concurrency that are being available for us. So first type of concurrency is available is that my aggregation concurrency. So again this aggregation concurrency is just an is a relationship that is being available for us. So when we are going from a state diagram for an assembly is just a collection of your state diagrams. So when we are having some state diagrams, so let's say it contains number of state diagrams, so each state diagram reflects your each class, so or we can say that it is a part of your whole relationship. So we can say that your aggregation concurrency, we can model all those state diagram using your ISA relationship. So when we are making some transition from one object to another object, it can depend on another object states too. So let's consider this example first. So we are having some state diagrams available. So this is my state diagram that is being available for aggregation. So let's consider this example over here. So we are having a car that is being available. So this is car and it has many parts. So this is an ignition, transition, accelerator and brake. Now so we can say that this is my state diagram. So this is my again a state diagram. This is again a state diagram of ignition. Again this is a state diagram of transition. Again this is a state diagram of acceleration. Again this is a state diagram of a brake. So these are one shot state diagrams that are being available for different objects. So this is my car and this is a car object available. Though this car object has ignition, transition, acceleration and brake objects are being available. So this is a whole and part relationship. Now when we are trying to model whole part relationship as an concurrency, so this car has different ignition, transmission, acceleration and brake and so on. So when we are trying to model this state diagram, so what we can do is that we can have different aggregations, levels of aggregation is being available, and all those aggregation is a part of your whole model. So let's say your cart has an aggregation of part states, let's say ignition, transition, acceleration and the brake. So the state of your car includes one of the state from each part. So when we are having a state of car, so we can say that your ignition, so you are having some ignition. So this is my ignition is on, then we are having some transition, then we are accelerating, then we are having some braking options. So when we are considering this state of car, so at a particular moment of time, your car are executing all those states concurrently. So the car is in ignition, either is in ignition is turned on or in ignition is turned off. So again this transmission is on or transmission is off. So while a car is running, so you are having different concurrent activities are being carried out. So what we can do is that we can map all those ignition. Let's say we are mapping or we are developing an ignition diagram, state diagram over here. So I'll provide this ignition state diagram as a one-shot diagram. So what we can do is that while mapping all these concurrent activities, what we can, or not we can, we have to model all those state diagrams for all those conditions. So this is how we can say that our car's ignition is on, so it is starting, so ignition is on. So this is my ignition is on. Then I'm just taking I'm taking a forward transmission, so I'm taking some forward transmission. So either I'm in the first gear or I'm in the second gear or I'm in the third gear. So I'm having some transition on or I'm having some transition ignition off. Then at the particular moment of time I can be on first or second or third gear, or when I'm in the second gear I again make some acceleration, so I can make some speed over there, or can make accelerate my car, and while accelerating I can brake my system. So this is how we can map all those aggregations. So simply हम क्या बोल सकते हैं कि let's say हमारे पास एक कार है और वो कार जो है चारों स्टेट में एक साथ हो रही है, बिकॉज इट इज एग्जीक्यूटिंग कॉन्करेंट इवेंट्स एट एट पर्टिकुलर टाइम. क्योंकि कार चालू है, हमारे पास इग्निशन ऑन है, हम उस पर आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं तो हमारे पास ट्रांसमिशन भी चल रहा है, हम उसको आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं तो आगे बढ़ाने के साथ हम उसको एक्सलरेट भी कर रहे हैं. सो अगेन मैं उसको एक्सलरेट कर रहा हूँ तो मेरा सिस्टम मेरी एक्सीलरेशन स्टेट भी चल रही है, या मैं अगर ब्रेक लगा रहा हूँ तो मैं मेरा गियर डाउन कर रहा हूँ, सो ब्रेक लगाने के साथ गियर डाउन कर रहा हूँ, सो दिस एट मोस्ट वी कैन से दैट वी आर परफॉर्मिंग 2 और 3 एक्टिविटीज कॉन्करेंटली। तो जब तीनों कॉन्करेंट एक्टिविटीज हो रही है तो मुझको क्या करना पड़ेगा, मुझको ये सारी जो स्टेट मॉडल्स हैं वो स्टेट मॉडल्स को एज एन एग्रीगेशन आई हैव टू पुट ओवर हियर, एंड इनके जो फिर सेपरेट पार्ट्स हैं उनको मैं यहाँ पुट करूँगा, एंड इट कैन बी रिप्रेजेंटेड एज अ कॉन्करेंसी स्टेट डायग्राम available here. So any problem in this case till now?
No.
Fine. So just a minute, मैं attendance ले लूँ.